Hello, this is a Brogdon YouTube video on patterns of organization. We will be working with Chapter 5 this week, and that is all about the different patterns of organization. Now, I'm sure you may be asking, what in the world is a pattern of organization? And that is nothing more than an author's way to organize his or her thoughts into different categories. And these categories are the patterns of organization. We will be working with 12 of those patterns of organization, and we will go through each one in this video. It's also in your book, and I have done a chart for you that we will go through that summarizes the patterns of organization that are in your book, and hopefully will help clarify that for you. In patterns of organization, there are 3 ways you can determine which one you're working with. The first one is determine what that main idea is, and then look at the supporting details. We've been working on main idea and supporting details for a while now. Each pattern has a list of signal words or transition words that help you identify the type of pattern of organization that a selection may be. And the third way is you need to determine what the author's purpose is for writing the selection. But if you can use those 3 items, that will help you identify the pattern. But don't worry, we're going to go through every one of them, and you will see exactly how to do it, and you will be able to determine which pattern you are reading at the time. And if you understand patterns of organization, then that helps you improve your reading comprehension, how well you understand what you read, and it helps with your retention, remembering what you read. So those are 2 very important skills for you to be a successful reader. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is look at the different patterns of organization. I have taken the tips to remember from page 228, and I have put them in a chart. You should have that chart in front of you. If you don't, pause this, go get the chart, print it out, and have it in front of you. But I have a copy on my screen, but it's good for you to have your copy so you can make notes as you go. The very first pattern of organization that we're going to be looking at is addition. And addition is nothing more than it provides more information related to something that has already been explained. So, and here are the words in this chart that will signal you that this is an addition. This pattern of organization could be again, further, also, furthermore, moreover, besides, and likewise. That makes sense because it's just adding more information. Let's look at the example. Jose was given a raise after 6 months at his job. In addition, he became eligible for health insurance benefits. It's just giving more information. After causing a disturbance in the movie theater, Brian and his friends were asked to leave. Furthermore, they were barred from attending that theater ever again. So it's just giving you additional information. Now, I'm not going to go through every example with you. There are lots of examples in your book, and I want you to refer to that. But this is just a summary of the patterns of organization in your book. Another one we'll be working with is cause and effect, and that describes or discusses an event or action that's caused by another event. And here's an example. But something may cause an effect. What happens, like in your example, it's smoking. Well, smoking causes health problems. So go through your examples. Classification. This is widely used in textbooks. It divides a topic into the different parts that are based on shared characteristics. What part does an editor play in the publication of a magazine? Comparison. Now we're going to combine comparison and contrast. So, because if you're comparing something, you look at their similarities. How are they alike? If you are contrasting something, then they're organized according to their differences. So compare and contrast two or more items or ideas. Definition. This is found, again, mostly in textbooks. It will give you the definition, and most of the time it will give you an example. If you just say, what is it? And it tells you what something is, then that is definition. Description. It describes, it can list just details about a subject. Generalization and example. It's just a general statement, and then it'll maybe give you an example. For traffic seems to be getting heavier. For instance, last year it took only 20 minutes to get to school. Now it takes 30. It's just a general statement, then it's followed up with an example. Location or spatial order. Now as I go through these, all of the words in the boxes, they are the signal words. So if you need to read these over and over so you can identify them. But the main thing is I want you to know what each pattern does so you can locate it. Location or spatial order. It identifies the whereabouts of a place or thing or object. And let's look at this. Let's look. Above, below, opposite, to the right side, to the left side, beside, near, within. So that's just showing you locations. These are nothing more than just words that will help you determine. Simple listing, and that is nothing more. It can be items, facts, examples, features, but it just lists them. And one way you can tell about simple listing is that it doesn't matter about the order that it's listed. That does not change the meaning of the paragraph at all in a simple listing. And summary. It just comes at the end and it just summarizes. And some of your words are in conclusion, in short, briefly, in a nutshell. Time, order, sequence, or narration. We'll mainly be using the term time order, but if you see sequence or narration, you'll know that that's the same thing as time order. Their ideas are presented in the order in which they occurred in time. And so you can ask yourself, when did this happen? What order did it happen? And then you know it's time order. And after, finally, now, those things denote time sequence or time order. So that helps you when you look for these words. First, second, before, after, during, next, until. So those, once you understand what time order is, you'll be able to identify the words. So these are the 12 types of patterns of organization that we're going to be looking at in Chapter 5. I want you to go through this chart, read it, study it, learn it, because this in essence is what Chapter 5 is all about, patterns of organization. In the next YouTube video, we are going to do some examples so that will help you get used to determining and show you the strategy for determining patterns of organization.